Hi, I'm Chef Sabrina, and today I've got a great little recipe for an Indian fritter, also known as a pakora. You may have seen these on the appetizer menu of Indian restaurants. I'm going to show you how easy they are to make in your own home, and we're going to start out by talking about two sets of ingredients. One is the spice blend, and the other is the flour. So let's talk about the spice blend. Indian cuisine is known for its fragrant and rich spices. I like to buy mine in smaller quantities for optimal freshness. Make sure you store them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place. I also like to buy them whole and grind them each time I need them in a mortar and pestle or in a coffee grinder. Be sure not to use the same grinder for your coffee, or your coffee will taste just like the spices. So the next item I want to discuss is the flour. We're going to be using chana flour, which is a nice fine flour made from ground chickpeas. This is great for people who have gluten intolerances as well. You're going to be able to find this flour in the Indian specialty markets or in the ethnic aisle of most grocery stores. In a pinch, I have used corn flour and I've had very similar results. So let's start building our pakoras. We're going to start out by putting our chana flour in our mixing bowl, and then we're going to add our spice blend. And we're going to start with the chili powder, then the curry powder, the ground coriander, the ground cumin, turmeric, baking powder, and salt. So once I've got all my dry ingredients together in the bowl, I like to use a whisk to stir it around because this breaks up any lumps and makes sure that things are nice and blended. So once the flour mixture is ready, I'm going to start putting my vegetables into the bowl. So I'm going to start out with my shredded potatoes, some chopped up cauliflower, some onions, and some sliced spinach. This is going to get all tossed up so that the vegetables are coated in that nice flour and spice mixture. Okay, so the vegetables are tossed in the flour and spice mixture, and this is really the best part. I make sure my hands are clean, and I'll be adding in my yogurt and my water, and then I'm going to be getting my hands right in this because that really is the best way to mix this. And once your hands are in there, you're going to be able to tell if it's moist enough, and if it feels a little bit dry, you can add a little bit of water. So I always have a little bit of extra water on hand, but we look like we're doing all right, and my batter looks like it's well formed. And I'm going to go wash my hands before we hit the stove. Okay, so now it's time to start cooking the pakoras. I've got my fry pan on the stove with about 1 inch of oil. I've heated this up to a medium temperature, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want to put the pakora in when it's any cooler. It's just going to become greasy because it just soaks up the oil. I'm going to have my plate ready with some paper towel on it so when my pakoras come out, I quickly put them on the plate to drain, and I have my salt ready because when things come out of the hot oil, they need to be salted right away or the salt just falls off. Okay, so I have my first batch of pakoras in the pan, and you'll notice that they're not completely submerged in the oil. This is called shallow frying, and it means the oil should come about halfway up the product. It also means that we're going to have to flip the product over halfway through the cooking process. These take about 1 minute or 2 per side. When they're nice and golden brown around the edges, you'll know it's time to turn it over. So I have this wonderful plate of pakoras, and I'm going to be serving a mango chutney to accompany it. You can find this recipe in our 2011 Everyday Delicious Cookbook or on our website. Join me next time for more great recipes and kitchen safety tips on Shaw TV. To ensure your furnace and other fuel-burning appliances are operating safely and efficiently, a qualified technician should inspect them annually. For more safety tips, visit atcogas.com.
For more recipes and information, call the number on the screen or visit the website.